Esa carita
The
no me da buena
passages were
onda.
a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Milton.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Ay, la cosa de cumpleaños, pero no se pudrió eso.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Aquí está el viejo
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it
El final sorpresa de Barbara Finch.
Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
What?
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck
Se le agarra
babysitting
con
her
el cierre.
youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing
Terror.
What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
What?
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages.
Los enigmas y los pasadizos. Re jede. Ah, hay una...
Is to keep winding and winding
La llave.
until finally the key pops out.
Thanks,
Ah,
babe. I'll be
mira.
back in a sec.
Ah, es buena esa.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So
Ah.
Barbara went to look for him. Right on cue. She reached for the music box.
Yo estaba re en una.
Found the key. She listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Yo estaba re concentrada.
Rick? Are you okay? This isn't funny.
Ay, que así como interactuar con el coso.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
What the fuck?
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
What the fuck? ¿Dónde está este tarado? Ay, Dios.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
¿Qué mierda?
Oh dear. Rick?
Qué pelotudo.
Barb, relax.
Qué pelotudo.
I'm just trying to scare
Qué
you
tipo pelotudo.
and help find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
Me cerró la puerta a la cara.
But she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there?
Oh, ¿qué pasó?
Okay,
¿qué pasó?
I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
No, no, me mata que de repente tengas que interactuar. ¿Qué pasó? Mierda pasó.
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
Toma, puto.
He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Gracias por el follow.
There's gotta be another way out of here.
Para rompebolas.
That night, she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
Toma.
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Ja, con un miedo, dale, no le tengas miedo. Se levantó. ¿Qué hice? Y te fuiste.
Had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was
Ay, la concha de la madre que me parió.
at the door. She heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
What the fuck?
Oh dear.
Ay. ¿Cómo me vas a hacer esto?
Monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen.
What the fuck?
She was going to be famous. And
¿Qué?
with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent.
What the fuck?
Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under
No.
the whole time.
Pendejo de mierda.
Pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear.
No.
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
God. Mi lejos, me cansé yo. Ahí termina con la oreja.
All Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Bueno, bien, ya tenemos 4, nos faltan un millón. No, bueno, por la puerta claramente no me puedo ir. A ver si hay otro pasadizo secreto en alguna parte. Ay, miren, qué lindo. Toda la casa tiene libros. Todos lados hay libros. Libros.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box. It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Y no giraste lo suficiente, hermana. Acá. Oh. Tantos pasadizos vas a tener. La gente. Bueno, Octi, ¿a vos no te gustó? Mala onda. Bueno, funcionó.
Mom said the basement was off limits.
Estaba
Unless I
prohibido.
wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
Me cagué todo.
Turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Se picó. Me encantaría ver, no veo un pingo.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Oh, mira.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
20 años ahí abajo.
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week.
¿Se fue a vivir ahí abajo de la casa?
But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane.
Perdón, me cuesta. Soy media tosca con el juego.
Having a schedule.
La lata
for
por
today.
¿Qué me costó?
I always
Qué
expected
rico
to be
unos
dead
duraznos
by
en
now.
almíbar.
But if you wait long enough,
¿Sale camita? No. Ah, vive literalmente en zona de terremotos. Otra vez tenemos que abrir la lata de duraznito. Me cago con lo que me costó.
even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal.
Un monstruo al otro lado de la puerta empieza a parecer normal. Ok. Hasta te resulta simpático. Ok. Yo quiero comer duraznos nomás. No quiero un monstruo. ¿Por qué igual, ¿por qué se lo come
And then
así?
one day, everything just stopped.
Otra más, me cago. ¿Cuántas latas vamos a abrir?
Whatever that thing was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
Se picó. Ah, era más fácil que yo haga así. Ah, me recaigo.
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting.
No voy a seguir esperando. ¿A quién vas a
I
esperar?
have to leave. Well, I still can.
Tengo que marcharme mientras pueda hacerlo, ¿ok? ¿Y a dónde nos vamos, jefe?
I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara
Lo que fuera que mató a Bárbara
and Molly
y a Molly.
and Calvin.
Y a Calvin. Todo me cago.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
Coño. Ah, salimos. Ah, pensé que habíamos cometido.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. To appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week.
Ay, es como re triste.
I'd be happy with one new day.
No.
I can already imagine the sun on my face.
No. Igual del 52 al 2005 bastante bien. Vivió bastante, güey.
I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Estaba ahí abajo. No lo puedo creer. Sale y lo pisa. Es una banda. No, y con las latitas de durazno.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Todo lleno de libros, me encanta.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house,
Yo debajo de la casa es una
I
banda.
can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive.
La tiró.
Only one of us left. Or maybe two.
Solo queda uno de nosotros o quizás dos. Opa, quizás dos. O sea, queda ella y quién
I
más.
thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Arre. No puedo tirar. Uy. Yo te quería tirar a todos lados, ¿viste? ¿Qué es eso?
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
Y ya sabes. Mierda,
Maybe
veo.
it'd be better if all this just died with me.
Ay, me cagué en las patas. ¿Cómo se va a prender así la luz?
But I thought you should know about your family and the history you're a part of.
Sobre la historia que formas parte. ¿Qué estás embarazada, guachina? Estás embarazada. Sí, pero no sé. O sea, imagino igual que tengo que ir para ahí, pero no me deja meterme. No sé si me está iluminando todo el camino como para que vaya ahí. Ah, puedo ir por acá, que está grabado.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Ay, tienen una reposerita. Banco la reposera. Van en chat. Ay, esto es re lindo. Amo los muellecitos así. Me encantan. Lástima que este está más hecho mierda. Ya se me hizo de noche. Me da un toque de cagazo.
And when you look at the house,
No
that
mires a la
history
casa.
of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Tiene las uñas re lindas esta, ¿eh?
I think we've
Una
been
bici.
surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
Una bici. No sé
Kind of
andar.
family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house.
Esa familia construye cementerio antes de empezar la casa. Es una banda.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery may be more uncomfortable than the human one.
De pet cemetery.
3
Coco,
of the
Zoe,
journals were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Charlie, Tucker, Daisy, Lucy, Durpy. Ah, bueno, una banda.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
El cementerio está lindo. Molly Finch. Molly, Sagitariana. Calvin, Tauro, Géminis. Eddie, Aries. Leo, Walter, Bárbara, Libra. Nació el 31 de octubre y murió el 31 de octubre. God.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been
Bueno, es la
Edie's
que-
idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
Ay, la barca.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Mira la casa. ¿Nos tiramos? No, menos. No, nos tiramos.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. The older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Pero estaban re chuseados.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
Milton. Milton era de Pisces y desapareció.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along, for me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. If she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when
So
I was
much
18
climbing.
months pregnant.
Les dije que estaba embarazada. Se los calié. Está embarazada. Yo la calié. Yo tiré la cal.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
No, altas manos tiene la guacha toda.
They were both pretty intense.
Estos dos eran bastante intensos. A ver. No, abrila, dale. ¿Pero por qué la suelta? Bueno, me estoy tosqueando. Pero la suelta cada vez que hago clic. Ay, alta panza tiene ahora. De repente tiene alta panza. No se lo había visto.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged. Not quite.
What?
Perfect.
No.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
Esa boquita le dice.
I will never forget this weekend.
Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. Camera's
Se
over
vos
the wall.
jugando. Ay. Qué fotos de mierda que esa coche.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Mm.
Aw.
Alta foto saqué. No, esa no era. Ya me até todo el rollo.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still, was.
Hey,
Ah,
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying. I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who
Ay,
died.
¿te acordás, boludo?
I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Last time, Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire.
Yo me seguí sacando fotos a mi papá, porque no tengo papá, entonces estoy pensando que tengo. ¿Qué más querés que le saque?
Good eyes, Dawn.
Encontré.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of it.
Dad, I...
No.
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Dawn!
Ah, le sacó justo la foto.
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Está llorando.
Sorry, Dawn, just gotta reset the timer.
Ahí no llego. Ahí está.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's...
totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about
Dad!
No.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Muy triste.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Ahí ya.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Ay, pero este es el cuarto de un bebé.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Sí, bebé. Bueno, ay, te recalentaste. ¿Soy un bebé o soy el sapo? No entiendo.
Watching over Gregory, it's time to... Hold on, sweetie.
Sí, bebé. Soy el sapo.
Hello?
Menos, sigo jugando con el sapito. Ah, lo estoy controlando con la mente.
I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw,
Cool.
what his world was like.
Cool, soy buenísima. Nací para esto. Ay, no. Ay, no llego. Ahí está. ¡Burupatos!
Reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination.
Oh, God. Ah, somos buenísimos. Nacimos para esto.
Whatever it was he saw,
Tururú, tururú,
it sure made him happy.
tururú, tururú. Je. Una ballena. ¡Gol! Re grande la ballena. ¡Gol! Dale, sapo de mierda.
I know how silly it sounds.
Se va a morir en la ducha. Me voy a poner muy triste.
Like a baby being too happy.
Me preocupaba de que un baby sea demasiado feliz. ¿Qué le preocupaba, no?
I feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw. Hey, there's so much I don't understand about Gregory,
Esto no me baño.
but I know what happened wasn't your fault. sure he's happy.
No.
And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
1 año tenía, re bebito. Ah, mira, Don murió en el 2016, 2003, 2010. Edith no tiene fecha, bien. Pero el último que murió es Don, en el 2016. Ok.